WWE 2k24 came in swinging with the return and addition of some fan favorite match types. We got special guest referee, ambulance match, casket match, and one of my personal favorites, gauntlet match. But for years, we have been wondering, when will 2K bring back this one match type that has been missing from the franchise for years? The I Quit match may not be the match type for you, but I think it's worth exploring since it's been so long since we've had it in the games. And also, we're gonna take a look at how the match type has evolved over the years, looking all the way back at the beginning and to where we saw it last, plus how WWE 2K should bring it back in next year's game. But before we get into everything, I gotta talk about today's sponsor.
This is Bespoke Post, and this is the Energizer box, giving you everything you need to make your cold brew coffee at home. A full cold brew kit, the spouch, the beanbag box, all in one. Bespoke Post is a monthly membership club that delivers curated boxes of top-notch goods like the Energizer kit right to your door. It's completely free to join, and your membership gets you access to stellar discounts across a variety of products. Like the alchemy box here. My wife and I love making cocktails in the evening, and this kit is amazing. It comes with everything you need to get started, from the shakers, the strainers, the pint glass, the jiggers, and the muddler, all the crazy words used to make cocktails with, especially the ice cube trays, which we love these ones very much. Get those perfect little cubes. Sometimes we're talking about up to 30% off or more with these boxes. Plus, each purchase you make, you're supporting small businesses. So 90% of everything that Bespoke Post sells comes from small and up-and-coming brands. Bespoke Post makes it so easy to discover new products and elevate your everyday life. To get started, Bespoke makes it easy and fully customizable to you by answering simple questions. They will tailor everything to your needs. You take the quiz, you personalize your subscription, and they'll handpick the perfect box for you every single month. It's like having your own personal shopper there. It's really fun. And I love the fact that I can swap out, change, alter the box every single month too. So you only pay for what you want. Each month you'll get a box assigned to you, and before it's shipped, you'll get a preview of what comes inside to decide if you like it, you want to keep it, you want to swap it, you want to change it to a different box, or you can actually just skip the month entirely for no charge. So get yours today, get 20% off your first monthly shipment. Click the link in the description and enter AS20 at checkout, or go to bespokepost.com/AS20.
It's the year 2000 and the world just survived Y2K. Maybe you're too young, but I remember Y2K. The I Quit match first appeared in WWF SmackDown on the PlayStation 1. Here you would just wear down your opponent, beat him to the pulp, hit him with one of the multiple finishers that you would get, and then you would just grab the microphone, step over your opponent, get in their face, and they would give up. There was no meter, there was no button mashing, there was no other details. You simply had to just wear the opponent down, and then it's basically just random when it would actually happen for you. But it was all based on how much damage the opponent would incur throughout the match. SmackDown 2, Know Your Role, a classic game. I personally love the old SmackDown series. Remember these fine entrances you would get? Now the funny thing is, with SmackDown 2, Know Your Role, I completely forgot how the menu was operated. In my mind, it was like Here Comes the Pain or even SmackDown 1. SmackDown 2, Know Your Role is weird for its menu. Like, you want simplicity in your wrestling game? This nails it in spades. I will say the one thing I do miss from the old games, by the way, just as a sidebar here, side note, I miss like the loading screens when it would have like the graphic, or you would have like the image of Trish Stratus would pop up on your screen. That was fun. But in SmackDown 2 on the PlayStation 1, it didn't change anything with the I Quit match mechanics. You play against a CPU or a buddy, and when it was all said and done and you were ready to stand over your opponent like in SmackDown 1, your opponent would just simply give up once again. Made it a little difficult, a little tricky, but a good challenge in a good way, because if you were playing against an actual human and you had them in your house and you played on your PlayStation 1, then it would just be, you gotta beat them down, like just the deep red, and then it would just randomly give it to you and match is over. Kind of like the mystery of it. On one hand, total hot trash, because you have no idea if you're gonna lose or not, but you can gauge it based on how injured you are. But I do kind of like that it was a bit of a mystery and it was a bit of a gamble. SmackDown, just bring it. This game came out in 2001. Wait, hold on a minute here. I wanna highlight something for everybody. You see how many games we got? Wrestling games? In the span of 2 years. SmackDown 1, SmackDown 2, Know Your Role, and SmackDown, Just Bring It. We are spoiled. I miss the days multiple wrestling games in a year. Saddens me. Anyways, back to the video. There's still no change here for the mechanics or how to get your opponent to say I quit. Just a handful of stunners and a shiny new graphic would pop up on screen. But we also did get legendary commentary lines included like this.
Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy will be having a match.
Next up, one of the bright spots in the franchise. SmackDown Shut Your Mouth. The only difference here in this game for this match type was he would say I quit instead of give up technology. Now from here, we do fast forward quite a bit. We move forward in time several years until we see the reoccurrence of the I Quit match. We actually skip ahead and skip over the entire SmackDown vs. Raw series. I had to go back and take a look to see if it was there or not. It is not. I verified with some friends. It is not. I totally forgot that the I Quit match was not in any of those games. It was only until the next one, WWE 2k13 on the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. This is where the I Quit match really evolved in a big way. When you were ready and had your opponent down long enough, you could interact with the ref and they pull out their mystery microphone asking if the opponent will give up. Like, where did the ref pull it from, I ask. We can see where we got in the era of the meters, ladies and gentlemen. Even like today in 2k24, we have to tap at the right moment in the zone to say no and I don't quit. And as the match goes on, the bar just goes wild, brother. Brother. But the other detail they had was that you can actually do intimidation. Intimidate your opponent while they were going to potentially quit in the match. This was a unique addition. This was kind of odd in retrospect, where you're going, okay, we're going to just intimidate them while they possibly quit the match while the referee is shoving microphone in his mouth. It's basically just taunting them. Like, we could just do the taunt mechanic, everyone. But hey, I'll take it. We were able to see something different and how this I Quit match evolved at this point. And then we have WWE 2k14. 10 years ago, everybody, we had the I Quit match in a game. Similar to 2k13, you press the B button on Xbox and then the referee would go and ask the opponent if they quit. And we still got the very cool, intuitive intimidation meter in there too. It was blue. They quit, it's red. Wild. And next up, well, that's it. For 10 years, we did not see the I Quit match in any of the WWE 2K games. It seems almost silly when you think about it because of all of the I Quit matches we had seen over the last 10 years in WWE and WWE television. But for whatever reason, this match type never made a comeback. And don't get me wrong, I said this in the beginning, there are plenty of match types and features that players want to have back in the game. I Quit match may not be huge on the list for you, but it's certainly puzzling that it's been 10 years since it's been in the game. And in WWE 2k24, it really felt like they had all the ingredients mixed in there into a nice big bowl of 2K so they could actually put this match type together. We had the microphone as a weapon. You have all of the custom match options available for doing submissions and KOs and give ups and all the standard stuff that we're all used to nowadays. And with the addition of the microphone being in there as a weapon, we can also do taunts with the microphone in this year's game. We are one step away from just pointing microphone at man's face and then graphic with I quit or give up. You pick, 2K. So in WWE 2k25, could we actually see this match type make a comeback? In my opinion, yes. I think 2k25, as a wild prediction here, will bring back the I Quit match. 2K gave us 4 new / returning match types to the game in 24, and this was very well received by the community and players. Stuff needs refining and all of that, yes, but it shows me that 2K probably has a list of match types that they want to bring back to the game. I Quit match, on paper, it seems to be a very easy one to implement. But how could 2K do it in 2K25? How could they bring it back? What could they learn from to kind of easily bring it back for players? I think that if they brought it back, it would mimic very much the same mechanics as the ambulance match and the casket match, where in those matches, we are tossing them into the object, into the ambulance or in the casket, and then button mashing minigame ensues. No intimidation meter though. Maybe we need that back, probably not. But you can do that by just closing the casket, closing the doors of the ambulance, and then your opponent gives up. I think the I Quit match does very much the exact same thing in 2K25, where either the referee, you point to the referee, which isn't a bad thing, but as I think about it, you know what? It makes me nervous that we would go for a referee prompt and they would get into position to perform the I Quit action. And I say that because we've all seen a referee in the game running around trying to get in position for a pin. Kind of takes a while. So I would say then we leave it up to the wrestler, to you. You pick up the microphone like we had in the good old days in SmackDown #1, and then you could actually go and shove it in their face. Maybe they could even take it a step further where they could record the audio lines for those wrestlers. Everyone that's on the roster, they all get a one little liner that just says I quit, and if it's going to be a custom creation, then they get generic voice #1 and female #1, #2, and they could do it that way. Or then you don't want to take it to the realism because it's all about simulation, so having the voiceover in there would be a very nice touch. I could see them avoiding that. If they feel it's too complicated, you simply have the pop-up of I Quit. And if this was something that 2K was going to do in 2K25, and I sincerely hope they do, because it just adds to the whole gambit of match types that we can do. It's been on WWE TV, and at the time of this recording, we're about to have Cody Rhodes going up against AJ Styles in an I Quit match. If they do all of this, then I hope that they allow for custom match rules, because what players would really want to do is take it to the next level and allow things like an I Quit match inside a steel cage, inside Hell in a Cell, allow more weapons in the matches, that freedom going backstage as well and doing the I Quit match, just like you can with the ambulance match this year, which is really cool. Adding in all those components allows you to open the doors for a lot more fun for the gameplay, and it's all about having a little bit of fun with these games. And it may not be everyone's fan favorite match type, and believe me, I got a list of things that I want to be able to have in the next year's game too. But after 10 years of being absent from the franchise, I think it is definitely time that 2K brings it back.